Okay, washing diapers. So what I do is I dump all the diapers in the wash with the diaper bag from the diaper pail, the wet bag, and I turn it upside down, sprinkle them in there, throw the wet bag that they were inside of in there as well, so you can wash the wet bag with your diapers, which is very nice because you don't ever have to actually touch the wet, dirty diapers. And what I do is, for my washer, I have a power button, so I press power, and then I do a regular wash, and I always change this to soak, so let me show you. I change that to soak for the initial wash of the diapers, and I always put it on cold, and then I change this has an auto water level, but I like it to have more water in it, so if I have a full, a good amount of diapers in there, I'll use high, if not medium, but I don't want a low level of water because I want it to be able to soak in lots of water, not just a little bit of water. So it's just a preference of mine. I don't know, it may work with less water, but and that's just the speed that it dries, and that's fine. So what I do is I soak first. And with my washing machine, I have a soak button. Some washing machines don't. You just have to keep the lid up while you soak, and but that's fine. You can do that too, and just set a timer and then shut your lid so it'll finish that cycle, and then you can do your wash cycle. But for the soak cycle, I do just the water. I actually have started doing OxyClean, and I'll sprinkle just like, maybe a half of the cup that it comes with. I'll sprinkle about that much all around the diapers, and then I'll do some baking soda, and that just helps with the smell, but it's just good to soak it in that. And I usually do about 2 of these scoops. Let's see how big this scoop is. Let's see if I can tell. What is that scoop size? I don't know. It doesn't say, or I can't see it, but here's my hand. So you can imagine it's not a very huge scoop, but it's probably like 2 or 3 tablespoons worth of a scoop. So I'll do a couple of those, and really it's just your preference. You get the hang of how you want to do your diapers. If they come out, a little dingy and you're like, maybe I should have used more baking soda, then you can do that. But that's what I use for the soak cycle. So once it's done with its soak cycle and it runs that entire soak cycle, then what I do is the wash cycle, and I'll do regular again. I actually do a softener rinse, so instead of the soak I choose softener rinse, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then I do hot for the wash. So the rinse was cold, the wash is going to be hot, and I usually just let it do auto. It doesn't really matter because they've already soaked, and it's just the wash, but if you prefer to have more water in it, that's fine. And then for the wash, I use the diaper detergent, and it's very important to use a diaper detergent because if you use a regular detergent, the buildup on your diapers will become bad and they won't absorb as much. So this is a diaper detergent. It's made specifically for diapers, and it's all natural, and it's good for your cloth diapers. So if I can, it's a powder form, so let's see if I can get this open. One sec. Set this down. There you go. It's a powder form, so it's just like any other powder detergent, and I do about 2 to 3 tablespoons of this. And this is really a tablespoon measure. So I'll just, actually my washer, I take this thing off right here. This comes off, and I put my detergent down here, but you can sprinkle it on top, that's fine. And then this is for my softener rinse. And what I do with the cloth diapers, because softener rinse, again, is bad for your cloth, what I do is a natural softener, which is just white distilled vinegar. So I keep a big tub of this, and I'll just pour, I don't know, it's probably about maybe a half a cup. I mean, what you would normally do for a rinse, a softener rinse, but I put it in here, and that is really good for your diapers. It helps with the dinginess and the smell, and they don't smell like vinegar, so, because I do not like the smell of vinegar, but it really works well on the diaper. So Again, this is called Rock and Green. I get mine off, this is only, let's see, Jude is almost 9 months old, and this is only my second bag of laundry. I mean, my second bag, I want to say second. It might be the third, but it's, yeah, it might be the third, because look, it's pretty high. This is only my third bag of this, so it lasts a really long time. And I get it from Amazon, so I get free shipping because it's Prime, Amazon Prime. So anyway, I really like this. Other people use Charlie's soap. That's another one that I've heard that people use and really like. You could probably make your own detergent, but I like Easy, so I just buy my own. And like I said, it lasts a really long time. It says 45/90 loads. I don't know how many loads I've gotten out of it, but it's enough to not be that big of a deal. So anyway, that's my preference. I don't have anything to compare it against because I haven't bought anything else, but that's the laundry. And then after it comes out of the wash, I used to hang, you can see I'm hanging other stuff on here now, like swimsuits, but I used to hang the outer shells of the diapers on the hanging rack, and I would just leave it inside here. They dry fast enough because they're that PUL fabric, so they dry really quickly. But usually after a couple hours, they're generally completely dry. And then I would always put the inserts, the microfiber inserts, in the dryer, and on a low heat. However, lately, over the past 2 or 3 months, I've been putting just everything in there. So everything, all the shells, all the inserts, everything I've been taking out of the wash, and even the wet bag, all of that into the dryer, and making sure that I put it on a low heat, and then I dry for as long as it takes to dry them. And to me, that has worked out just fine, and it saves me from having to have another step of hanging all the stuff on the rack. But one trick also, if your diapers seem to be a little bit on the stained side, which is, with breastfed baby poop, or the beginning, the bottle fed poopy diapers sometimes are really, can be staining. Usually the wash does a pretty good job, but sometimes I have some that are just like, that doesn't look so great. So just hang them on your rack with the dirty side facing up and bring them out in the sunlight for a couple hours, and it is like magic. It completely whitens your diapers, and it works awesome. So I would suggest doing that. And really, I've only done that probably maybe a half a dozen times in the last 9 months, because the diapers really come out cleaner than I ever would have imagined just from the wash. So, but anyway, it's a neat trick. I had a couple that were just kind of bugging me, and I just put them out in the sun, and they have completely been sun bleached, and all my diapers are very white on the inside. So anyway, that's a neat little trick in the wash. I mean, yes, it's an extra step. It's an extra chore that you have to do with cloth diapering, but it, I probably do diaper laundry 2 times a week, and it really is not that big of a deal. It's something that you can easily just stuff the diapers while you're watching TV, and it's really not as much of a big deal as I thought it would be. So it works out really well. All right, that's diaper washing.